in the developing world are a whole list of problems. And if you take just one of those problems off the list and try to treat it, what you're likely to find is it gets overwhelmed by the other problems on the list. And so what you need is something that makes progress across the board. That something is women's education.
Welcome to the Asian University for Women.
The idea of AUW really sprang from reflections on two sets of problems. One is the challenge of development. How do you usher development? The other is, how do you begin to overcome the long history of neglect of women's status in the region?
Women face tremendous barrier from within, because that's how they're brought up, that don't do this, don't do that. That's what they're up against all the time since their birth. So for them to even think big, that is a big thing.
In some ways, I think we think of the Asian University for Women as a place where you're not only inclined and encouraged to dream big about the change that must happen to save this world, but also you have a particular knack for figuring out what needs to be done. The Asian University for Women is really focused on the idea of creating a cadre of leaders. What a leader most needs is really in the ability to critically think and solve problems.
We thought about what country to put AUW in. We settled on Bangladesh for a couple reasons. They were willing to grant us a charter that gives us complete academic and institutional autonomy. And I think it's very important if you're going to have a world-class university that you have that autonomy. Reason number two is that they were quite enthusiastic and they were willing to give us a very nice piece of land.
It's a hilly area with lots of trees, and in that natural environment they will be at peace and they will be able to concentrate fully on their learning.
We don't have a campus per se at this moment. What we do have is really a series of apartment buildings which have been converted into classrooms, labs, student dormitories that make do as a campus while we wait for the real campus to emerge in a few years.
Everybody recognizes that a peaceful, stable, prosperous Asia would be very good for living standards across the globe, not just for the region. And it's not just economic improvement, but political stability is a key factor as well. Why invest in AUW? You can change the world for just a little bit of money. It's the greatest impact for your philanthropic dollar that you can imagine.
My name is Chogil Wangmo. I'm from Dashigang, Bhutan. With my education, I want to become a good teacher.
My name is Iitu. I'm from Mektila, Myanmar. With my education, I like to be a social worker.
My education, I want to be an environmental engineer.
I would like to develop the information technology among the war-affected children in my country.
I want to help young women in Cambodia to get higher education.
I would like to make the Bangladeshi woman independent and confident.
I would like to promote sustainable education in my community.
I want to empower the women of my community.
To develop the lifestyle of orphans.
I want to change people's attitude towards nature.
To help the poor people in my community.
My education, I want to serve humankind.